Previously on Seeking Sisterwife. It's been really hard on us to not have Melina show up, so we're just trying to focus on the positives. One of those is the baby. The dark story.
There's something in there, but there's not. I can tell. There's a mass of some kind that you need to have evaluated ASAP.
I thought I was growing a baby, and then to find out that I wasn't, and then something's wrong with me. I'm scared. I don't know what it's going to mean.
I'll just date someone.
Dimitri had his solo date last night with Joselyn. Did anything happen?
We were intimate.
Hey, how are you? Good, how are you?
Hi. Ashley and I decided to meet up with Joselyn to give her a chance to talk about what happened last night.
So last night, the date was awesome. What else happened on the date? We sat there the whole time, and she said nothing. So we are no longer pursuing her.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
So who's excited to go camping?
Wow, like I didn't see it.
Feelings about it.
It's a little bit awkward going on this camping trip. Are all the tents going right in this area?
Yes.
So where would mine go? There's been some serious tension between us all, and right now it sort of feels like I'm kind of alone.
We wanted to call Auntie now, so what are we saying to Auntie now? Do you want to show her something that you drew? Something that you build? Ooh. You got some nice abstract art going on there.
My sister is one of my best friends. She lives in California. We don't get to see her very often. So thank God for video chat.
What's going on? What y'all doing? Oh, nothing. Just doing some drawing.
My book dog.
How are things? Adjusting with the new boo. You got Joselyn now.
Oh,
how's that going? Funny you should ask. What you mean?
That didn't work out. We've moved on. Yeah. She wasn't a match. Dimitri and I recently met a potential sister wife online. Her name is Joselyn. We were excited about the idea of her being a fit. And unfortunately, on her last visit, things didn't quite go the way we wanted to. And so we're going to move forward and start a new chapter. Yeah, so that didn't quite work.
What do you mean?
We did a couple dates together, and Dimitri had a date with her, and they had a little midnight rendezvous. Yeah, and she really didn't want to discuss it with me.
Well, discuss it with me. What's your thoughts on that?
It wasn't a part of our plan. Dimitri and I had to, sit down and talk about what is our plan moving forward and what that looks like and how we interact with one another and other people that we may date.
So are you upset about it?
Of course, it's not the way I would have liked it to go.
It sucks to see she was interested in, the both of you. Or it's just like, I don't want to see you get hurt. And I don't want to come off
like, what happened.
I'm telling you to Kim up. But maybe, after all these swings and misses, at some point, maybe you won't find someone else.
I'm not personally ready to throw in the towel because this is real for us. Like, would you say I'm dating in a monogamous relationship and I've had several failed relationship attempts that, I'm just going to hang it up and not ever date anyone ever again? I think
but would you ever consider somebody that you already know?
I don't really know. I think it would work, to your point, it would work great to have someone that you already have a established trust and relationship, with. Monogamy and polygamy, they're not that different, You still go out, you still meet people, you might hook up, things might not work out, but you don't stop just because you had a couple of bad experiences. You reassess, and then you continue moving forward. I don't know, maybe I need to look my address book. So that's an idea.
The Alldreges.
Vanessa and I are headed home after her surgery. The baby we thought we were having was actually a rare and possibly life-threatening condition called molar pregnancy.
I am so relieved. The surgery went well, but the fact that I'm not having a baby hasn't really completely sunk in yet, and I just don't know how to process it all.
Let's see the kiddos.
Did she do a pregnancy test?
Where? Hey, down.
Roll a pregnancy. Give a positive, false positive.
They already had surgical removed. So
I am so happy to be home this moment. I'm just so grateful for my beautiful family. How are you feeling?
Good, how are you feeling?
Although the tumor was removed and all appears to be well so far, I'm essentially watching cancer for the next year and making sure that everything stays normal.
Michael, thank you so much for watching the kids.
No problem. Everything went really well, you guys.
I look that together. It is such a relief when Vanessa walks back through that door and I know she's okay. Right now, with what Vanessa's going through, I'll need to step up.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. So lovely. You put that on my bed. You know what, guys? Thank you so much for making this such a nice place to come back to.
I'm at a loss for words to see how much Sharice has done for me. It helps me to recognize the benefits of having a sister wife and the blessing that it is, and why I chose this lifestyle.
All right, let's get back to the table. Drew, are all the tents going right in this area?
yes.
So where would mine go? The whole family is on a camping trip, but it just feels like there's been so much turmoil in the house, and I'm having a really hard time with April right now. It's going to be a real struggle to make this camping trip enjoyable because of that.
So you can just set it up down there.
I
Down
think you
there.
could buy that tree over there. That'll probably work.
On that
Wow.
incline?
Whatever you're most comfortable with, but you're welcome to sleep in the big old tent with me.
Okay, thank you.
Even though things between Arlie and April are doing better, things between April and Angela are a little bit extra tense. I was hoping the camping trip will just help everybody to lighten their mood, and so far it's not happening as much as I'd like yet.
Like he's helping.
I'm gonna go get
Yeah,
the
be
sticks
helping.
out. I don't know if I should start the fire yet, but at least I'll get everything set up.
Yeah.
So first you go horseback riding and then you go camping? And you got a bad back. We're just gonna keep doing stuff that's bad for your back.
I do think the highest priority is to get the fire going. But if like one person wants to come over here and start grabbing the stakes,
April, if you want to get the fire going, I can work on the stakes.
Oh.
When I started experiencing the sides of April that Arlie has been experiencing for the last 12 years, I wasn't sure how to handle this situation. I wasn't expecting to have this type of conflict with my sister wives.
I put it down. You put the stakes on this and lower it to the coals, or do you put the? I think put the coals down here.
Yeah, Arlie is really good about putting a smile on her face and going along as if everything is okay. I'm just not one to put on a happy face and smile and pretend. So I find myself closing up and becoming very guarded. April, I need to go feed Lenny. I don't know if you're using all of these, but
Okay, that's fine.
more seasoning is right here.
Okay.
That's too much season. I want to
It'd
taste
be
it.
great on the camping trip if Angela could be more of a part of
Yeah, I
it.
won't say.
But the way that she does her schedule with Lenny really consumes a lot of her time. It doesn't really make sense to me. I'm a lot more laid back with my kids, and I don't get why it takes like 2 hours to feed them and put them down for a nap.
Of course, I'm going to take care of Lenny. He's my son. He's a baby. But sometimes I feel like they want more than I'm able to give right now.
She got half of these steaks done, but the other ones are, we still need to get all the ones for the adults. Well, I can try to work on what you're doing. You're doing great.
Okay. You
Michael and I have a history of not getting along, but sister-wife relationships are so dynamic. They are continually changing, and even though I'm hopeful for an upswing, you never know.
Oh my gosh.
You never know.
That was good.
You know what? In a dream home, wouldn't it be wonderful to have an outdoor kitchen like this?
Yes.
I love cooking outside.
Okay, who are we missing? Good.
Yeah. I would really love to see Angela doing things that are more proactive, because when we go camping, everyone just pitches in together and she's missing out. Is this my steak? Which steak is mine, April? There's only one on there.
As the newest wife, I'm still trying to navigate my way in the family, and I really don't want to have any.
Really? Y'all not gonna
conflict
help
during
the
this
woman with
trip,
the baby get her
so
stuff?
I'm hoping to avoid it as much as possible.
Yeah, she need to put the damn baby down.
She put the baby in the
But look at how it's facing. Look, she didn't even have it strapped in right. Look, she's incompetent.
No. I love Angela.
Look how she had it strapped on. The baby could have said, "Whoop."
Maybe nobody helped her. Did anybody help her put it
I'm
on?
barbecue baby. Barbecue baby. That's right.
We could have our children taken away and put in jail just because of the type of family that we have.
It's time to move out of state.
It's time to move out of state.
Y'all only been there.
We just got to this house. It's only been 10 days. Well,
Netflix.com is offering the first ever single-digit Texas
Oh my
license
God.
plates featuring
We're watching The Sisterwives. Seeking Sisterwives, sorry. Episode what? 6. Episode 6.
I think like they could have at least been honest with the landlord.
Think that would have helped?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so if the landlord knew they were polygamous and the neighbors called the landlord, what?
I mean,
What if the landlord is like
anti.
a fearful, scary type of person and feels like it can affect them?
Well, the landlord has to have the choice not to rent to them.
But I
because
need
of
that big old house though. I
So-
got like 17 people.
In Pflugerville, being honest with the landlord helped me out a lot with neighbors calling to complain.
Okay.
It's like they had nothing to complain about because the landlord knew. Yeah, the landlord did wait for my lease to expire to kick me out, but still they couldn't kick me out before the lease expired.
Okay, so that was not like a house the family lived in. Okay. The family has not been kicked out of any houses, is what he's talking about.
No.
It's like a company rental.
It's a company, yes, yeah, that was not us. Yeah. Let's make that clear.
Make that clear.
That was the company, and
Yes.
you know,
He worked away from home.
yes, we had
Rented a house.
technicians all in the same house. You know, kind of a boot camp type situation. I'm looking for the name of the city in Utah where the polygamists typically live. I mean, there's multiple cities, and I've heard of, let's see, they've got on here Hilldale, Utah, and they had another one. See, that's Colorado City, Arizona, and Short Creek. So it's like those are typically Warren Jeff's people, but not the Alldreges, the Brineys, they could go live near these places. It would be a bit safer for them. You know, you don't want to join Warren Jeff's people or anything, but you know, to get as close to them as possible so that your children can play outside and everybody can call you daddy. I think that would be a decent idea. You know, especially if you don't want to move out of state. Is their whole family there? Everybody family in Utah? Mormons, they born and raised in Utah, right? Right. They just hatch out of the cabbage patch. It's a Mormon cabbage patch now.
Ambitions of living in a nice suburbs among the regular folk.
You got to stay where, you know. I don't know. I don't agree with moving out of state for them, for their thing.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, we got to turn up. And Ashley Snowden, that's not what happened, what you told your sister. That's not exactly how it went. I just want to say that. Not exactly. Is it?
Oh, that's, I know what that is.
What's that shape?
Yes, right.
That's right.
But remember,
Using it and probably set it down somewhere.
Yeah, I was looking for earlier.
And I just got the phone with Chanel. I was thinking a lot about what she was saying.
Say about what?
We were just talking. I was just kind of telling her. She asked me about Joselyn, so I gave her that whole rundown. And she actually mentioned that, you know, it's probably worth considering some people that we know, like my friends. Talking to Chanel, she kind of got me thinking that, you know, the importance of friendship might be the component that's going to make a better sister wife. Maybe it would be a good idea to entertain someone who is already a friend, you know. But it made me think, like, I do have a few people that I consider friends that, you know, I haven't considered.
Considered that would be open to this lifestyle.
Well, I mean, for example, I actually have a friend who I know and have been talking to, you know, for some time. Her name is Jakira.
Okay. She's cute. This friend is cute.
Think so?
Yeah, man.
I think she's pretty too. And I mean, you know, we have a pretty good relationship, albeit we only talk online. I've not actually met her yet. Jakira and I met online.
She grabbing her phone. Type the name in.
Looking for.
Jakira.
So it's her interest, like in the fact that she wants to be our sister wife, or she's
I don't
interested
know if it's that she's looking for that. I just know that she knows that that's how we live, and that she's intrigued by it. Yeah. But aside from that, some other things about her. She does have 5 children.
She's actually
5 children.
Oh.
Oh no, I knew
She got 5 children.
The fact that Jakira
Oh, I'm
has
sorry,
kids is
spoiler alert.
exciting.
Yep.
Exciting because I can be instantly add water and they're all my
Where you be?
scared because of like going from R3 to 8 all at once is it's a lot to think about.
Oh yeah, like we should think of the ponies. He's like, it's a lot to think about going from R3 to 8.
that didn't happen.
No, I wasn't like that.
I wasn't even catching it.
So you gotta pay attention to it.
I'm just wondering, maybe there's something there. And I wanted to bring it to you to see what you thought about it and if it's worth pursuing or if we're just like, eh.
I think if you guys are connecting and getting along, then I'm elated. Ashley doesn't often suggest girls
totally
to
gonna
me
mess
because she's so
this up.
selective. So when she does,
Please don't mess this up. Come on.
It's gonna mess this up too, because he is the messer upper.
Leave yourself, bro.
They got directions. He gonna mess
It's in the captions. He gonna mess
He gonna mess
it
it
up.
It don't matter what it is. He messed up doodle art. Like I do that.
What happened?
I really feel sorry for some people now. It's not even. I'm sorry.
You can juggle fire, but you can't pitch another tent for your third wife. Good. I hope this floor is fire. Oh, we need something big like that. Just on the side note. Look how big that fire pit is. We'll build it.
We can have that too.
We will build a fire pit. Give us
We
stones.
can have that. You say it on camera. That means it's real.
That's the contract.
Like, no, Your Honor, play that back.
You have said that we could get. Yep. Oh, it does.
Well, I mean, we don't want it that big.
But
Well, we
but
go to
that's
the other
the
part of the
bonfire.
land for that. Yeah, that's over there.
That's over there. We're gonna have this somewhere else.
By the pool.
Yes. Ariana said she wants our gazebo to be in bed that she can go and sleep in the sun.
No, the gazebo is for adults.
You want to sleep in the gazebo?
Baby, we gonna build you a gazebo, your very own gazebo. Patrick, I like you push a button on it. Okay, no. That'll be. Yeah. Right next to it.
Does she have a young child? Was she breastfeeding?
Who? Oh, just now? Arlie?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, if it, oh, it's that baby. Oh, it's two different babies. Oh, I thought they were the same.
See, Arlie got other kids that take the baby.
Right.
Angela doesn't have
That's why
that.
they gotta like so they shouldn't know.
And that's probably her first baby.
No, April, don't ruin this. She's gonna mess it up.
See, he loves that. He eats it up.
I know I can be really rough around the edges sometimes.
I was
Look
gonna
at her,
confess
she's
the
like-
things that I didn't really do.
I'm doing the best I can.
She's evil.
But for me, I'll always return back to like, no, this is my family. I love having this little family. It doesn't come to an end just because someone gets mad.
Right?
It doesn't come to an end just because you have imperfections. I'll always return back to this is my investment.
Stop it!
This is my passion. This is my love. I love you.
She's
guys.
like, she's bad shit.
Look.
Look.
I'm in the Stedford
Her
White
face
House.
will be charred, like from the fire.
The hellfire coming from her.
I can't.
You don't need to get angry. Well, there's other people my passion and my love is your family. I'm just not seeing those moments.
Yo,
See what I'm saying?
April, you're terrible. She intentionally derailed that conversation. We are voting her off the island. Oh my goodness. Look.
Nobody.
I believe you that where you're at. I really have said those things. I can think of 2 or 3 times right off the top of my
Girl,
head.
reach over and slap her, please.
This is so April. I
This
just
is so
opened up
April.
and made myself vulnerable.
You did, honey.
And April is twisting it and making it serve her own agenda.
She's
This
just
is why
not a
these
good person.
conversations never go.
And he just sit there
He
like a
just sits
damn
there.
dummy.
You're not a protector. You don't change anything.
It doesn't have to be a point of contention. It can be just a point of just a reassuring that it has been there before.
Well, I've heard others say that, but then she takes it back.
Because of you, if she does.
When I get angry, right? Yeah, it is very clear that you're saying, I'm done with you, April. And
And again, the words weren't said. Let's just leave that alone.
Please.
Conversation.
Look, he's like, I'm going to bed. No.
There's a long-standing history of unresolved conflict between my sister wives, and I'm really not sure if they'll ever see eye to eye. As the new wife, I feel like I've been sucked into this vortex of problems.
Yeah, you got duped.
I need to take a step back and
Sucked into
not
this
say
vortex of problems.
just because I get angry doesn't mean the relationship's over.
No.
Being with family sometimes has been pretty intense. I'm still here. I just know there's been a lot of really tense energy around you. I have tried very
Hit
hard.
that heifer with his cane thingy.
Just
Just like a whack-a-mole. Just hit her. Oh my God. He should just push her.
Oh, we all want to live together. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think y'all do. I think y'all need 3 different houses. This is
Y'all
not
need a
working out for my
triplex.
life. Yes.
Angela need a nanny because she can't do it.
Harley will
He
help.
can solve all of that.
He could solve all of it. He sure could. Boy, I tell you.
You gotta tell him at the commercial break. Because I'm gonna put this in the group yet.
Drew, listen to this.
Drew, tag Drew.
Surgery was a potentially life-threatening problem. And
I love the
it's such a big
Alldreges.
relief to actually see that she's okay. The storm has passed, we put the worst behind us, and we're moving forward now and trying to find the
Why
new
is the
normal.
first wife not there?
What picture are you going to
Well, because you know she had this. We was talking to her. It's her confessional moment.
Okay.
No, why is the first wife not there?
In this,
He
like
has
that,
3 wives.
he divorced her.
No, he didn't.
She's
Why is
talking.
the first
She's
wife?
talking. She's talking internet stuff.
Why is the first
That
wife?
first wife left a long time ago. I see.
But she was there with Vanessa.
I see.
No.
MyPlates.com is auctioning the first ever single-digit Texas license plates, featuring 8, 3 of the letter J. Register now at MyPlates.com.
You mean I can get a license plate with just one? Okay, sorry. I will be there soon. What's that, an R? Okay. Wow, so we think about courting friends. Jakira got 5 kids.
Run.
Oh, you want Jakira to run?
Heck yeah. She
got
got
5
kids, man. She gotta go. Don't go.
Wow.
Believe everything you've heard.
I don't think the Snowdens are ready to take on a wife with 5 children. I just
You're
don't
not
think
ready
you
to
are.
take on a
You're not ready to take on anyone. And I'm happy to see that Ash has friends.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't think that was a thing. But I'm glad.
Who knew, right?
No, I'm happy. You know, I'm glad she's got a best friend. She said her sister's one of her best friends. I'm glad
Yes, I'm
that
glad.
does show that she can have some level of sister.
Well, I mean, where your sister gonna go? She's still your sister.
Always my sister. You're not going anywhere.
You can't go anywhere.
Oh boy, what's the other family? April and them.
Briney.
The Briney. I think it's Briney. Drew. What should Drew do? How should he check her? Like you saw how she just did. Wife number 2.
If Drew could see this video.
Tell her that she is the aggressor.
She's the aggressor.
She needs to stop it. She needs to stop being the aggressor. Just point out what she's doing and demand that she stops it.
If she runs off in the woods crying, should he follow her?
She's an adult. He shouldn't have to tell her stop that.
Okay.
You know, that's something you'd have to tell a child, but
somehow
some of us adults we don't mature. Especially marriage is a maturing tool.
Yes.
Anyways, but that's what makes you mature, because you have that person telling you, hey, cut that out.
I don't think he's ever told her anything. And I always felt like that on, look, this is another show completely, but I always felt like that on John and Kate +8. I felt like John had never, ever, ever checked Kate. And so he lost interest in her, and found other women that were more his speed and left her alone with 8 children. So, I mean, April doesn't have that to be a threat to her because she's polygynous, so he gets Arlie, he gets, what's the last one's Ashley? Angela. And, it's back on. But, and they're more his speed, actually. You know what I mean?
Oh, hi.
Oh, it is Vanessa's first wife.
How are you? I didn't expect to hear from you.
It's wife 1.
What's up?
Oh, her face almost got ugly for a second.
It's Melinda.
No, she says Vanessa. They said Vanessa first wife.
No.
Melina was the potential
It's
sister.
Melina.
So why did they say?
Was
I'm confused. Who's
supposed
Vanessa's
to
first
be
wife?
It was the wrong tag.
It was the wrong tag. You guys ruined this. Oh my
Vanessa
god.
is the one that just had the issue.
And then Sherry's.
What hurt even more is that.
Oh,
she just
boy,
kind
I
of-
like what a drama.
I was like, I told you. See, I didn't say that.
She said she was there. Okay, Melina. We don't want Melina here. Anyway.
No, Melina's in the group. Melina, we like you. We want you here.
We're gonna see. We'll see.
Yeah. I was wondering if we had pushed things too fast meeting you. So
it was overwhelming. But I thought I would ask, I would love to come out as soon as possible and
No.
Yeah.
Team no new friends.
I would like that. But
I have to talk to everybody else.
I should probably check with Jeff and Vanessa just to make sure
that's
they're
Vanessa.
still open to that.
They tagged
it
the
was
room.
nice to hear from you again.
Hang up.
Bye.
The producers suck. Oh.
I know. Yeah, if you want to run picture, I'll tell you guys both at the same time.
He's trying to bring people.
No, honey, don't you think it
Why is
works?
she holding away? I'm sorry.
So I was a little bit disappointed to hear that she called.
I just got a phone call from Melina.
Everybody like, what?
Wow.
The cameras are here. I can't say what I want to say.
He about to pass out.
Mita says we're open to that. So
Wow.
Them damn flies, I can't take it.
There's flies in there?
Get it.
The kid's not big enough to fly swatter.
They all over the place. Kill them.
I'm very guarded. How will we know if she's not going to do it again?
She can
Knock
take
on
an
the door.
Uber to the house.
She knock on the door.
It's really difficult on my toe. Not really on me. More so on her. I don't let that happen.
no.
Not that much. I mean, yes, there was pressure expectation of extended meeting, but it wasn't like we set up the time and made it was mutual.
All she got is animals. She don't got kids
I was
though.
worried about my children, my puppy and my
Yeah, how she gonna leave the dog?
kitten.
I feel conflicted about meeting Melina. There's still a little
That's
bit of
right.
hope that maybe it'll work out, but I think that's far overshadowed by the loss of trust. So I'm not sure how things will play out.
You was in there sleep, Jeff.
He was.
You up.
He didn't even get to brush his hair.
No.
Sweet.
Oh, God.
ATL.
I have anxiety every time.
Every time we go to the Oh, y'all's kids look like y'all, boy.
Yes.
Wow.
Ready?
Right, I'm excited. Carla, see your face. Initially for me, asking Jakira if she was interested in the Oblivious lifestyle felt a little awkward. But Jakira and I have a lot in common. Even
Oh, that
though
was
she's never been
nice.
in the Oblivious relationship.
Look, you see,
That
it's
was nice. You fooled her. Man.
Good.
So it'll be interesting to see what comes of
He looks better now. What happened?
You
You got to that again. 22. You got some young 22.
Howard.
You did. Thank you, Buster.
I'm better now. There she goes. Your younger voice kind of deep.
Oh, he likes her.
Thank you. You're pretty fly too.
Yo.
She's too big for him.
You okay? Breathe.
It's a girl. It's a girl.
So that's what the text was about.
She's too big for him. He's not.
She's too big?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man. Look, I got a name for you. Who?
What the fuck is that say, boy? What the fuck is that?
My friend.
I'm sorry, I'll cut it out. But you know what that is?
That's her name. Yeah, I don't know what you thought it said.
It said back.
No.
I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh no.
That was yesterday. I'm like, who?
If you have a deep voice, you shouldn't lay on your stomach to talk.
Yeah. This is not right.
You should make your voice a little bit higher. My voice isn't that deep, but I try to make it a little bit higher.
Put on your telephone voice. Hello.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Great, and yourself? And then you can be like, yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Total boys, how you doing, son?
What's up, son? She fertile as heck, man.
Don't touch her.
She a stallion lady.
Okay, so what is your vision of like our bond? Like, how do you?
Yo, is that the lady from the stallion? The stallion? The Clarksdale? What's it called? Clarksdale horse? Is that the lady?
Very important. She was pregnant.
The Ligo type thing.
You have me at where I go, you go. So I'm cool.
What?
I think the fact that just
what just happened there?
What? There's this level of comfort that comes with knowing that. I'm happy with what I'm hearing, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
She's an older.
Can we chat again? Would you be open to that?
Definitely. Yes.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, see you guys later.
You don't know what to do with all that, D. You don't know what to do with all that. You don't know what to do with that.
So we're really excited and thinking that this could actually work.
I enjoyed learning more and enjoyed the conversation. Look forward to having another one.
Coming up, Melina asked that she and I could have dinner together tonight alone.
No.
I'm shaky. I'm a
This
little
is
bit
Wait,
nervous.
what happened to the airplane? Is she close? Wait. Wasn't she flying in from like Michigan? So she flew in to have dinner? She got sake. You know what happens.
Your eyes are mesmerizing. Whoa. Wait a minute. This was not supposed to happen.
You know what? I hope it works out for the Snowdens. I hope that stallion comes in there and totally changes all of that you had going on.
Oh, she got 5 kids. Don't you do her like Joselyn.
You can't run her.
No, but you can't do her like Joselyn.
You can't run her.
End up with another baby Snowden right now. I'm just saying, I can't do it like Jocelyn. Oh no. Like you said she was fertile.
She is.
Fertile.
She got them 9, 5, 7, 6, 3, 1.
Wait. Is that a phone number?
77793 11.
It's our kids. Oh wait, we don't have
13 11 971.
Yeah, so one was like 6 years after the last one.
So
One, that's
2 years
recent.
apart, and then the last one.
6 years.
She was like, "Oh, I need a new boo." Wait, and another one.
Wow.
I hope it works. I'm optimistic.
I'm optimistic. I'm actually not as put out with them on this episode than I have been on the last 2.
I don't know. I think she ain't gonna go for the okie doke. She got a whole. Wait a minute, never mind.
She got her own okie
I was
doke.
about to say like she got kids and stuff, but then he's a savage. He don't care if you got kids or not. He be like,
It's like we'll figure it out later. Bye-bye. It's like the magic is gone.
he's like, she doesn't make my salads like I need them to be made. It's not gonna
I like
work.
my lentils separated in small containers. That's what she said. I like my lentils.
That's what he said?
Yeah, was it about the beans?
Ooh, yeah.
Somebody moved the.
Ooh, are you serious?
Somebody moved the beans at the house. He will put out comment to me. He will put out.
I hope it works. I hope that lady stays, and I hope she gives Ashley this unicorn type of sisterhood that she wants, where it's like they're painting each other's toenails and like.
Said, where you go, I go. And she said, I like that.
She wants my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, you're gonna go. Kid, sister, kid, sister, kid, sister, kid, sister.
So now we finna go to dinner with somebody?
Whoa. And I'm on the highway. I'm driving.
She's here in Utah.
And that makes sense to me.
She family hopping.
Too close. And I did have a lot
She's
of
a
questions
concern.
for her.
She's a flight risk.
We have to put the little belt on her ankle. Little tracker belt.
A lot of mixed emotions. And it kind of throws me off. I'm not quite sure what to say or what to feel. I'm shaky, I'm a little bit nervous, and one of the biggest worries I have on my mind right now is what if she doesn't show up again?
She's gonna go to service dog.
This is my dog for my anxiety.
Service
Oh.
I'm officially in Utah. I flew in this morning from Michigan, and I'm meeting Charisse for the first time face to face. How I'm feeling right now, quite nervous, explaining why I didn't come up here the first time. The family deserves an explanation.
Oh, she's cute. Oh.
Tattoos.
Nice. I'm sorry. Tattoos? How dare you?
Her arms supposed to be covered. Just wanted to say.
Wow. Yeah.
So
I wanted to come because I wanted to explain to you, and you also deserve an explanation on why I didn't come before. I appreciate that. I was wondering.
Let's get to it. What happened?
We're talking almost every day. Things seem to be going so good. And we were just suddenly gone. So,
I'm telling you, that's our story. That's our story.
the whole situation was a bit overwhelming. Part of it also is I feel very connected to you. But I haven't had that connection with Jeff, which is very important. And I have absolutely no connection with Vanessa, which scares me. It scares me a lot because here I am, a new woman coming into a household, and I'm only close to one person. And I freaked out, and I'm like, I can't get on the plane. And then I felt so horrible for her and you. I couldn't face it yet. It was too much too soon. I think it can be really difficult for someone who's grown up in a monogamous lifestyle to consider entering a polygamous lifestyle. And I think that Melina was expecting to have a strong connection with everybody right off the bat. The fact that she didn't kind of threw her off, which is what happens in a polygamous lifestyle. It's not uncommon at all. Jeff, he wanted me to tell you that he really is looking forward to meeting you. As far as Vanessa not reaching out and getting to know you, don't take that personal at all. She wanted to reach out more, but she was just so sick. You knew she was pregnant, and it turns out that she wasn't pregnant. There was a growth in her uterus. And anyway, so she had to have surgery, remove that, and now she's recovering. So she's been, that's scary. Yeah. In fact, it wasn't a real pregnancy, it was making her sicker. She was so sick. I get that. I've been through that situation, so I know how scary it is. There's a lot of healing afterwards, too. Yes. When Charisse told me about Vanessa, I understand her reasoning that she was sick. I have that personal experience myself, so I know how she was feeling emotionally, physically.
Do you have maybe some time tomorrow for lunch? And we can all, Jeff, Vanessa, and I, we can all meet together for lunch somewhere.
I think that would be great. I would love to meet the three of you together. I'm really excited to go to lunch tomorrow. That'll tell me for sure if Jeff and Vanessa are actually going to invest in them, and if we have a chance for a relationship. And that's exactly why I came this week.
I'm happy to came.
Really happy to come too.
We just got bad news. Some of the neighbors have called the landlord and told them they think polygamists are living here. Oh my gosh. Either we can get evicted and I've got a homeless family, or we can be investigated for prosecution.
Okay. Commercial. So, we feel hopeful for the Snowdens, and there's continued search. Melina is here in the Alldreges face, and she only wants to meet with her friend.
Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow. You think she gonna show up?
She better.
She already stood us up the first time. Yeah, you think so? Okay. Yeah, she might show up. We shall see. We shall see. That didn't look rehearsed. That whole section.
Which section?
About Melina calling. And she have to go get him out of bed. Yeah, and she looking at the camera. She's like, hey, one moment. Yes, so. She in there with the kids. She was like, guess who that was? Who? Melina. Seriously?
Yeah, no, that was real.
I was like, oh my gosh. That whole section was real. That was cool. Yes, we thought it was cute that Dimitri pulled Ash over.
Okay, so Dimitri, the only good thing you've done on this whole show
is pull your wife closer to you.
Was pull your wife's chair closer to you. That was like freaking awesome.
Yep.
That's the only good thing in it.
That's the only good thing.
Wow.
You do that. He's like, come here, come see. You're like, yeah. Oh, okay. I look at your thing.
Did that was great.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That was nice. It was warmth.
Yeah.
We didn't already say it.
Ice JJ Fish. Ice Fish JJ. What's his name?
That's your friend, JJ Ice Fish.
He was that cold.
That's your friend. Play the song.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay.
They should have played that the first.
Yo, that should have been the theme.
What is you doing? Okay. So anybody else? Anything? Anyone? Before the show come back on? Nothing. We waiting for the end. Here we go. American Fork, Utah. Oh no, the Brineys, help me, please.
Once upon a time, there was a dog, and he was best friends with a Noah.
After the way that April reacted at the camping trip, there's definitely been distance between April and us, but we've all been making an effort to keep things pretty low key and focus on what's most important, and that's the kids.
We do our best to try to not have them be affected by our personal issues.
Because
He fell.
we need to have a talk with the adults inside.
Uh-oh.
Pull
Who
right,
you been
Drew.
talking to? Who you been talking to? Oh, this is
We like,
Say, who you been talking to?
yeah, we're ready for him to pull right now.
And told them they think polygamists are living here. So, he seems pretty anxious about the situation and could easily land an investigation. Living plural marriage is a felony offense in the state of Utah, and to protect the family, we're forced to use a cover story.
I can be the visiting aunt. I hate
April
having
just
to
will
tell
not
stories,
be somebody
especially
else.
because it's a hard thing to put on children.
Try and remember, just not call me daddy outside.
They can't tell the neighbors that they have more than one mom, or that their dad is their dad, and it's heartbreaking for me. My stomach is sinking.
I know. It stinks to live this way.
Unfortunately, being in hiding is one of the harshest realities of this lifestyle.
Right? Your whole camera
Probably
crew.
sad, but it's a real threat that we could have our children taken away and put in jail just because of the type of family that we have. And if the neighbors are starting to get suspicious, then that's a big red flag for us.
In some ways, I feel like, I want to fight this, but not at the risk of being thrown in prison, not being able to raise my son.
We knew when we decided to do this show, it would make our family so public that we would be under scrutiny, we would be investigated, and that would draw problems. We've all had it on our radar that we might move out of state sometime in the near future, but this was faster than expected in some ways. So my concerns are obvious. Either we can get evicted and I've got a homeless family, or we can be investigated for prosecution. Either way, I'm done. I'm ready to get out of Utah. With the situation escalating as quickly as it has, I think we need to consider a new game plan. And, maybe look and just say it's time to move out of state.
I'm nervous about moving away because my family is hero people. I know are hero. On the other hand, I don't like the pressure of needing to be in hiding. It has been so hard for me to hide who I am, to hide myself, to hide my family. It feels like a horrible burden is being lifted off of my shoulders.
I don't like the circumstances that we would have to move under. But like Arlie said, I'm tired of the oppression here. I'm tired of the persecution here.
April?
I'll for sure take some time to start looking at housing options. If any of you have places that you start feeling drawn to, certainly you can look for housing. Until then, if everybody can start getting things ready to move.
Do you think that we could just put it off as long as possible? I just really don't want to have to move.
I don't feel like it. I'm tired. We just moved here.
I just do not want to go.
I would like jeopardize all of y'all's security. Oh, okay, she's there. She showed up.
I want to go to Melina back.
Right.
I'm thinking, why didn't you contact us?
That's right.
Why couldn't you reach out and at least tell us what was happening?
Ask the hard questions.
I'm very excited to meet you, and I think you deserve an answer.
So I've been talking for a while. This has been, it would be cool to come up and maybe visit you.
So what I think has happened is she asked you out on a date.
It's definitely going to be exciting.
Okay, we just landed. Look at this. Butterflies.
The only
It's butterflies.
because we don't know.
It was what? Butterflies in
We
this
found out that people are onto our family, and we have.
I was like, this too much. This too much for me.
Is there even a possibility you would consider letting me live here and come secretly visit you?
Don't even say it.
You won't even think
I
about it.
won't even talk about it. No, she's so self-absorbed. I'm sure she's not committed to the family.
It
Oh,
doesn't look like you'll pack them. I don't want to move.
What's the real issue?
I don't want to do this.
oh, they want to pay more. the family is moving, and that's what we're doing.
No, I am the family.
I am the family.
The rest of you are visitors. Because I chose you. I chose you to come visit. I wouldn't have to move if you weren't here.
I mean, you would let your husband move away. I mean,
He can't leave me. I got papers on him.
He said you could come visit secretly.
I've got papers. You do as I say.
That's terrible.
You want me to pull my card, Drew? You want me to pull my card?
I got my card.
He said, no, ma'am. I will. No.
He tried to tell us something. He tried.
And look what happened.
Well, that's next week.
She was like, ching, 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 ching.
He's like, oh,
she's hairy.
She's a stronger fighter than me. Wow. Well, Drew's an attorney.
What kind of attorney?
I don't know. Why is he doing this if he's an attorney and he doesn't want to like be the activist, the front? I mean, this is frontline, I guess, enough. But I mean, the fact that he's not like, listen, we're not going. We're gonna stand up to this, and we're just gonna be here because Utah is our home. And yay, polygyny. They protested.
Man, he don't stand up to his wives.
Oh. He don't stand up to his wives. How you gonna be a lawyer? You don't stand up to your wives. How that supposed to work?
Yeah, it worked.
Right in the first episode, I was asking how successful over there is it.
Oh yeah, now we definitely have questions. I got questions about that.
I wasn't. He wasn't very. He doesn't seem like an assertive type person.
Mm-mm. I mean, he should talk to April the way what's his name on A Different World talked to Whitley.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Dwayne Wayne talked. When Dwayne Wayne talks to Whitley, she get in place and she do what he wants to do.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Mm-hmm. I saw the other day run off. He was like, "We got to fix this now. Come on, let's go work on it." She looked at her friends, got her purse. She's like, "Bye." And she ran. Yep, that's what you're supposed to do. I just don't even understand. Like, oh, what else?
What else, right?
What else? Anyone?
Melina is back on the scene.
Melina's back on the scene. We had a situation like that where the sister said she was coming to visit and she didn't show up. But she actually turned out to be a catfish. So I guess we're happy that Melina's not a catfish. She's a real flesh and blood woman, you know.
Melina is almost like the first sister. She's also like the first sister.
Oh yeah, the first sister we quoted.
The first sister
we have her, but not really quoted.
Had the courage to let us know before
there was any real agreements for her to get on the plane. It was only a slight agreement.
There was pretty much a lot of agreement.
Yeah. She got on the phone.
She didn't have us waiting for. She didn't have us waiting for.
No. So I think I don't think this episode was bad. We're not as put out with the Snowdens as we've been for the last 2 episodes. I guess we're still invested in the show.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
I'm exhausted.
It's
exhausting. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
What's going on?
What's going on the actual
like what goes
show.
on behind the scenes?
Oh, you want to know?
Do you want to know?
Do you want to know?
A little tidbit.
Well, so so remember how everyone heard the name Joselyn, the young lady that the Snowdens were pursuing? No one could find her on social media anywhere. Nope. Well, she's been found. And she has done live videos trying to explain herself, and she has not been turned off to Polly.
Poly.
No.
Polly? She's been turned off to Polly? All right.
She's not been turned up to Polly. Mm-hmm. And, you know, she's no longer a flight attendant. She's a kindergarten teacher. And, you know, she's doing pretty good with her life. Melina came back, or she came out too, and, you know, she's doing pretty good. She can't say about much that's going on the show because of the contract, but
yeah, she gotta wait till stuff happens on the show. And I know that they made Angela write up an apology to April.
Why? What did Angela do?
What did Angela do?
That last episode, was it the last episode?
I think it was the last couple episodes. Just the stuff she said, and she was talking about she's bossy.
When she was talking to Drew in the bedroom.
I mean, somebody has to say it.
Yeah, well, they made her back. They made her issue a public apology.
Yep.
Drew and them did.
And it was against her spirituality.
It probably was. They probably have a strict rule, absolutely.
Nah, they
no wives checking other wives.
Okay, my arm. Please stop twisting my arm.
Okay.
He's like, I already wrote it out for you. Just sign it. Just press send. Just post it. That's messed up.
The Snowdens are taking a lot of flack on social media for the mishaps and shenanigans that have gone on the show.
Shenanigans.
It's a fun word. You should use it more.
And what else? There's even memes going around.
Oh, listen, I saw those. Listen. It was terrible.
When you become a meme, you made it.
Are immortalized in internet history. You have indeed made it. My gosh.
He issued an apology. He did a YouTube apology, apologizing to his community because he only had one job to do. One job to do, and he failed.
Like that was just one step that you didn't have to do. It's not necessary.
I'm sorry, man.
I just got it.
It just came out on the bottom of the screen. Failure. No.
Don't give me ideas. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I'm gonna put it right here.
Diabolical laugh track. Ashley's been getting a lot of two-sided, things. What is it? Criticism. Some people are saying, you're a strong woman. Don't let this man do this to you. Other people are like, you must like it.
You must like it because you stood it.
Matter of fact, something ain't right. You must really like it. As a matter of fact, you bossy. You be telling people, I'm done with her. Make her be gone. And they gone.
Just like that.
Ashley got all the power.
Wow.
I have the power.
Who's Battle Cat?
Battle Cat Cringer.
Dimitri takes him to do all this. Takes her to do Oliver.
Go. I forgot the song. I was trying to sing it, but I can't remember the He-Man song. I'm sorry. What's the song? Oh, is he Bojack? But he want to be Mr. Peanut Butter.
Yeah.
Bojack does.
But he got Bojack.
He wants to be as loud as Mr. Peanut Butter, but he doesn't want to be.
In order to be as liked as Mr. Peanut Butter, you have to be like Mr. Peanut Butter.
Mr. Peanut Butter is annoying.
He's positive. I be liking Mr. Peanut Butter. He just dumb. That's all. He's positive. All right, we're gonna do positive things around here. I think that's it.
They went on Sway. Snowdens went on Sway, and
yes,
they've done a whole tour, and the internet is concerned. No one else does tours like.
When you drop in the album, man,
I'ma say in their defense.
Where's that album at?
I'm gonna say in their defense regarding tours, they are one of the only Black polygyny advocate families that are on national television. No.
You gotta take that word out of there.
What?
Polygyny.
Polygyny? Why? What I'm supposed to put in there?
Because ain't nothing they do polygyny.
Never mind. Nothing they're doing is polygyny.
Polygyny Nazi. I need definitions. They need to be clear and concise.
We need lines drawn in the sand, boundaries and borders. All right. Shalom. Bye. I don't know how to end it.
All that I didn't think that out.
That's
I'm pretty sure.